Hi y'all, T-Fat here. Welcome back to my channel. Please like, subscribe, comment. Happy to be here, happy to see you. So if I'm gonna be completely truthful and honest, I really need you guys' help. I am trying to do the best that I can to get 5K likes, subscribers, comments in about 30 days. So I'm gonna do the best that I can to bring you the best content and increase your thought process and the way you make money, how to get certain hot plastics, what they bring to you in this world. All right, so today we're here to talk about RAM, core, what's another word that they use, Intel, memory, disk, Wi-Fi, performance, all of that. Like, I don't know anything when it comes to laptop tech, you name it. I don't know any of that. So if anyone can relate, go ahead and drop your comments down below. If you were born like techie and you were born where you knew everything, you knew how to drive a truck and you knew how to speak English and hey, more power to you. But I kid you not, till this day, I still don't know anything. So I kept asking myself, RAM, I've seen that before. I've seen that in a truck. Like, I've seen it, on like a buffalo looking thing, RAM, right? Come to find out, in the tech world, that is not what RAM is, right? I even wrote it down so I don't forget. So RAM is basically the memory that's in your laptop, like that storage component that's in your laptop. Okay, so the Google definition of RAM is basically an acronym that stands for Random Access Memory, right? So it's usually in your laptop or your computer, your PC. It's basically a short-term memory like holder that stores all the data and everything. That way you can get it. It basically holds the data in most of or all of your applications. I don't want to give you the wrong information, but that's what the RAM is, right? So trucking, as you all know, has brought a lot of opportunity to my life. I don't know if I properly introduced myself to you guys, but I've been writing, I've been reading, I've been doing some things that's coming out soon, but I basically spent 16 years in retail from the age of 16 to old, to about 30, and I've been in trucking for about 2 years since then. So I left retail and I got into trucking, and in between all of that I've done a bunch of different things. But right now, even in trucking with logistics and everything, you have to know your tech. So I signed up for a tech course and they told me that I need to have a certain amount of RAM. And I'm like, how do I know how much my ThinkPad Lenovo T450S, how do I know how much RAM it has? So I'm here, you guys, to show you exactly how to figure that out. Then I found the RAM, and it's like you have to have 256 GB, which gigabytes, which we'll get into later, of memory. And I'm like, how do I find that out? And then to kill it all, it said something about upside down exclamation mark, which is an I, core. It said a bunch of different things that I need for this laptop to have so I could learn everything, right? That I need to know to get it, to make it in life and get my business going, or keep my business going. So I am here to tell y'all, when you don't know, You just don't know. So I'm going to show you after research how I found out. I found out that you could add more. I found out what kind of windows I had because I needed to know which windows I had to find out different things on this Lenovo computer, because you could add windows like I didn't even know that. And then the settings, right? I didn't know where to find the settings, so I was like, Windows. So I just clicked on the little icon that looked like the windows at my house, and I was able to find the settings. And then don't get me started with the control, escape, all of that. Like, don't even get me started on having to press shift just to get all of that. Don't even get me started. I'm telling you, I honestly did not know that. Like, my son knows all of this, and I didn't know it. But give me about 2 years and I'll breeze you right through it. I'll know all the terms and stuff like that, because that's something I'm passionate about, is learning and teaching. And it's just like, hey, I didn't know it, and I still don't know it. And if you know it, hey, comment down below where you have had to help someone with something that you thought was so simple, like turning on the laptop. Oh, this is something else that happened to me. I have the Chrome. It says that it was not shut down properly. There's another thing that we do with our laptops, like shutting in instead of going to, to the settings and putting shut down. That's not good. So all of that, like, I didn't know that. So yeah, so let's get into it. Again, if you're new here, this is TFAT, and I just bring content on daily things, like simple things. And I've been in the medical field, I've been in retail, I've been in insurance, I've been in real estate, I've been in a bunch of different things. And either I've had to have surgery, or something has happened, I had kids, something happened where I just know a lot but haven't really done anything with it. But my trucking career is something that has taught me, like, listen, yo, life is so short. Whatever you do know, whatever you do love, and if you don't love it, get out. Help someone else with what you know. And I'm also a firm believer in, I don't know a lot, and always do your research. I don't care who you listen to. Like, if you're on YouTube University, always do more research, because there's certain lingos, there's certain gurus that are gurus in a certain background, and you may think that, oh wow, this is legit, this is accurate information, where not really. It's just information in their opinion. So just to say that I'm not a tech student, or not yet. This is basically me needing to find this, like, and it being late at night and not being able to call anyone, like my son, to say, hey, how do I find the RAM? So I did my research, and so I'm gonna show you how to find certain things on your laptop computer. So if you're again new, please like, subscribe, and comment. And yep, let's get into it. All right, so like I said, I have a ThinkPad Lenovo, how do you say that word? T450S. Okay, so I guess to start off, I should have really, logged out of pretty much everything and pretty much show you. Another thing, as you can see, I'm not super good with the phone and everything else. So, okay, so basically once to start off, you turn on your laptop, right? And then it turns on, then you put on your password, right? So you put on your password, and then once you put on your password, this comes up. So with all the icons, they're like, you need to go into your settings, and from your settings, then you can look at, I'd have to go through it because I totally forgot what they told me to look at. But I'm like, okay, how do I get into my settings? Because it's not like my phone. It doesn't have the little robotic like the, you know how the robotic gray silver piece looks on your phone. I'm like, is it this? Like literally, I didn't know. Is this the movie caption roller thing right there? How do I get there, right? So apparently your settings could be two of different things on the side here somewhere, or with me, I'm like, okay, Windows, this and that. This looks like Windows, so I just opened that up. So then I was like, oh my goodness, look at that right in the middle. There goes my settings. Like, woohoo, like I did it. I feel accomplished, right? So once you get in here, you're like, okay, they told me to look for something else. I can't find it. Where is it? Do I go here? Do I go here to find it? Apps, you know, and I'm just like, no, that's not it. That's not what they told me to look at. So I strolled down, sure enough, I'm like, okay, let me, and this is touchscreen, by the way, like I just have a broken nail, so I'm just not gonna do all that. So I strolled all the way down, and they're like, yeah, just go to the about so you can find out the RAM, right? So I'm like, okay, about, I found it. I'm like, okay, so now I'm looking at all this lingo. I'm like, I don't know what any of these things mean, so let's look for the RAM. And I'm like, 3 steps down, I'm like, installed RAM. Okay, so I only need 6 gigs or GBs of RAM. This one has 12, but my only problem is, I'm like, I need to find the memory, right? I don't know what this lingo is, the processor. I know I also needed to know the core, and the core, I needed the upside down exclamation mark 5, so I'm sure 7 is pretty good. It's bigger than 5, so I'm hoping that's good, but I'm like, let me do more research to find out if that's enough. But then I still couldn't find the memory, so I'm like, oh my goodness, like, where do I find the memory? I found a bunch of other information, but where do I find the memory, right? So I got out of that and I did some research. So basically, to find the memory, right, you'd have to hit the control, right? The control, the shift, the alt, and the escape all at the same time. No, it's control, shift, escape, or ES, I call it escape, all at the same time. And then a little thing will come up, the taskbar will come up. I'm like, okay, cool. The taskbar is gonna come up. How do I find the memory? And I'm like, yeah, I see the memory here, but it's showing me percentage 21. Like, it's showing me for all my applications. It's not showing me, you know, the memory for the computer, the laptop itself. So then I went back and did some more research. There's a lot of blogs, tech blogs, and so I found that in order to find it, you go to Task Manager, then you go to Performance, you click on Performance, and then you click on Memory, which is where I was at. And then once you click on Memory, it will tell you exactly how much memory. And in my case, it's 12, and it's not enough because it has to be 256. So I'm like, okay, so what are these down here? Like 377, 200, what is a page pool? What is a non-page pool? Like, I'm still doing research on that. What is 126, like hardware, like what is all of that? And I couldn't even tell you. But what I did find out, important, I found out that on Amazon you can buy more memory, and all that they'll do, if you send it to like a laptop repair, because I don't know how to do it, they'll stick it back here somewhere in the back of the computer, the laptop, and you could buy up to like a lot of memory. So I found one for like $120 versus $200 versus $179. So that's what I'm gonna do, you guys. So if you have enjoyed this video, I know it was brutal. It was brutal, just, you know, following me here, someone who doesn't know anything. Like, here's what you do, right, to turn off the laptop. There, the same Windows memory, and then the turn off button. So before you do that, you want to make sure you kind of log out, save everything that you were working on, pretty much log out and make sure nothing is really on, and then you could turn your laptop off that way. Because if you do not do that, in the morning you'll get a message, so you'll shut it down or you'll put it to sleep for whenever you're ready. And my laptop is really dirty. So thanks everyone for joining. Oh, looking at my laundry. And again, subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with more information. Love you.